Probably have an old school website, just like this old school Voltron from the 80s. Here's the thing, video websites are dominating the entire internet right now, but only 3% of people have video websites. What is a video website? When there's continual movement. The beautiful thing about continual movement is that when you have movement, it keeps the buyer wanting to stay on the website. Here's the beautiful thing. If you look here at Dr. Mo's website, he is dominating. His website's everywhere. Not only that, but he's omnipresent. It's about time to get you out of the static world websites where they don't move, doesn't do anything for you, but come into the video websites where we dominate Google and get you omnipresent. It's time to step in the future of marketing. Make sure you click on the button in the bottom for a consultation, and we'll get back with you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Anthony with Edge on Regenerative Medicine Show. I'm so thankful today. I have a special guest. And as you all know, we only bring you guys the top doctors on this show. No fluff, no Section 8 mindset, just the best. So today I have Dr. Gabe Ellis, DC, with us. The beautiful thing about Dr. Gabe, he's not only an educator, he trains chiropractors on the science of CBD oil. Today, I'm excited because we're going to be talking about CBD oil. We're not talking about the stuff that you see on the internet. We're talking about CBD oil that's changing chiropractors' lives and keeping their doors open. So chiropractors out there, today, this is a special thing for you. You need to make sure you pay attention. The great thing about today we're going to be doing, normally we have a doctor on, he'll share with other people, helping them with their pain management, but this is still pretty much the same. So my friends out there and viewers who are in pain, please pay attention. We have Dr. Gabe's information right on the screen. And before we start, remember today is focusing on sharing this video so we can focus on helping one person change their lives. Just because you're not in pain doesn't mean somebody on your social media isn't. So nonetheless, thank you so much, Dr. Gabe, for being on the show.
Mark, thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate you.
Hey, I hope that intro was big enough. So with that being said, talk to us on how we can help a lot of our doctors right now. As you know, we're going through this, I don't even like to use the word epidemic, but it is what it is, and things are starting to chill out. But a lot of doctors just have one means of income. How can you help them? And before we even go into how we can help them, tell us about your story about how you even got into this.
Yeah, Mark, I mean, if there was a slap in the face to most small businesses, this would be the grand slam of all slaps to the face. Like the vulnerability to chiropractors, who are all small business owners, is, I mean, it couldn't be more real for a lot of chiropractors right now. And, you know, I've kind of gone on a separate side mission right now to help chiropractors really, you know, expand their means of revenue. And CBD is just my specialty. That's what I've been doing for, you know, hard for 4 years, really digging into science and finding a way that it works. But how did I get into it? I'll make a lengthy story short. It started within my own family. My mother was battling some serious health conditions. You know, I was blessed to have a partner and a dear friend of my life that was in the CBD hemp world for, you know, 13 years. And the man was challenging me to expand my vision because I didn't know anything about it. Like most people, I had a lot of misinformation and misguidance. And Mike Liaga, my partner, really just he sat me down and gave me like the old kick in the butt that most of us need. And it's changed lots of things. It's changed my practice. And thank God it's done that, because it's given me the ability then to take what we did so successfully inside of our own practice and then replicate it and put it into other chiropractic offices or other, we do have medical offices that use our product, or physical therapy offices. But right now, more than ever, I'm seeing why it's actually beneficial, not just because we are helping tons of people with conditions that they never had an answer for, but as a small business owner, these docs are still bringing in revenue that's, it has been taken away by, some of the current events that we're going through right now.
Yeah. So if I know there's a lot of, because I have a lot of friends that are doctors, and I know they're struggling right now. How can they add this to with what they're doing right now? Would they just need to call you? Just go to mahalawellness.com, call the number on the screen. How does that work?
Yeah, there's a couple ways. Obviously, mahalawellness.com is the website any doc can go to just to learn about who we are and what we represent. You would register at no cost, and then obviously you become a wholesaler. We're not an affiliate group. We don't do any of that stuff. Okay,
So you're not an MLM?
No, we took the direct opposite approach to that. But here is what is unique, is that chiropractors are very unique in the sense of who they have in front of them in their office. There is such a different feel in a chiropractic office, a feeling of family, a feeling of trust. And so chiropractic patients, you and I were just kind of talking about this off air, there's a different level of intelligence, I think, in a chiropractic patient's brain.
100%.
Right? Like they just kind of get a different sort of health model than I think the average person gets. And so they're already coming to their chiropractic office and asking their chiropractor, what do you know about CBD? There's so much buzz about it. You can get it in a gas station. You can get it on Amazon. So I think that if that's the case, the chiropractors, we need to expand our horizon as well and understand that the adjustment is going to help. We know it. We see it every single day. But people have new conditions at younger ages with more complicating factors than ever before. And so I've always thought my mission was always to be an educator, to lead people in a direction that can benefit their life in an all natural health way. And CBD has been that one thing that not only helps a ton of people with inflammation issues, chronic issues, but it also is a chance, and it also has enough power behind it to give docs some extra income. And I think that's huge, because if we want to continue this thing and get power and steam behind it, man, we can't deny that financials and being a small business owner have to be something that we have our minds on at all times.
I agree with you 100%. I just right now, just really probably about 30 seconds ago, I had a doctor who just texted me and he asked me, what's the difference between CBD versus marijuana?
That's probably the first question I always get. So there's quite a bit of difference, but I guess the easiest way to explain it is a really good CBD product. There is no psychoactive, so it doesn't get you high. Okay. Obviously, I'm not really into that arena at all myself. I'm into the therapeutic benefits of CBD oil. So I give my children who are ages 2 and 4 CBD oil. I would not think ever to insert THC or the psychoactive marijuana into their system. But CBD it's endogenous within your own body, so you can't have a viewpoint against it or for it, because it's being produced in your body whether you want it or not. And then it's just our job to keep up and make sure that we don't become deficient within that system. And it's called the endocannabinoid system, Mark. A lot of docs aren't familiar with it. It's blowing my mind that we haven't been taught this yet, because the research that's primarily a lot of it's out of Israel right now. It is so eye-opening, and the level of hope behind it. I can see so many different faces in my mind thinking about this right now. What kind of patient would benefit from CBD? And it's a vast number of patients, but with what's going on right now, everybody's anxiety is up, the stress levels are up, the sleep cycles are horrible if they weren't good before this. And CBD has been known, they used to call it the balancer. And it allows the body to really transition into the part of relaxation and getting your body into a restorative healing place, where most of us are always on the go. We're always in that fight or flight stress response, and we don't have time to heal. And that's why we see autoimmune diseases going up. We see cancers going up, all these things that, really there's not much we can do unless we're always focused on it. So that's where kind of CBD, it bridges that gap.
Wow. Okay. So let me ask you a question. What would you see some of the most people that are benefiting by utilizing CBD? Like for what type of pains? I don't know, neck pain, pinky toe pain, back pain.
Pinky toe pain's got to be up there. I mean,
Yeah, it's got to be in the top
it's
five.
skyrocketing. I'll tell you what. I'll talk about the conditions that I see a lot of in my clinic. It's gut-related conditions. So I'm talking about anything from Crohn's, IBS, any inflammatory bowel sort of syndrome,
Wow.
which you talk about like taking the quality out of someone's life. Like gut issues, they weaken your immune system. There's this totality that unless you have it, it's hard to understand. So when you watch those people start to get and receive the benefit of CBD, it just like it takes you to a spot where like, holy cow, man, I'm helping people like get to a point in their life where they can actually enjoy it. The other condition that CBD has been very well-known research and helps out with is anxiety, right? Anxiety and sleep, I kind of put those two in the same category because if you don't sleep well, typically you're going to be a person that has and struggles with anxiety-like issues. And number three, pain management. We look at our society and the use of opiates and all these drugs to kind of block out pain. Very dangerous, lots of side effects. And CBD, in some places, CBD is actually being utilized before you can actually touch a narcotic pain reliever. So we know the research is there. We know that it is working. And now it's all about delivering a high quality product because there is a lot of junk out there, as we know. But as a chiropractor, you're seeing those patients walk in every single day. And most of the time, we're able to help them to some level, right? 60, 70, 80% decrease in symptoms. So to me, CBD was always that extra 10, 20, or 30%, getting them to a place where, oh, sorry, Mark.
It's okay. I went with you. It's okay.
Getting them to a place where they can go to a chiropractic office and then not have to go home, pick up the phone, and call up a specialist because they just can't get rid of this last little bit of whatever that thing is.
Okay, well, so what you're saying is that you're seeing at least 70 to 80% of people getting better by utilizing it in average.
Well, I was saying that I think chiropractors are able to get an improvement for their patients at 70, 80%.
Oh,
but I think there's always this group of patients that there's always 20% missing, right?
Oh, yeah.
And those are the patients that like you go home and you think about, like, right? And I see a lot of children in my clinic. So, if I got a lot of children that I can't help, that means they're left with one option, which is usually a road to pharmaceutical drugs. And I just wanted to stop that because I would lie awake at night and think, how can I help these kids get off drugs? Because if they're on them now, the likelihood of them getting off of them later in life are very slim.
No, you're right. Now, so you mentioned something about there's a lot of people who say gut problems, which a lot of people are, their gut. So you're talking about the CBD oil. Do I get oil in my hands and I put it on my stomach, or do I put it on my tongue, my back, and my neck? How does that work?
Yeah, so there's multiple products to use, and really I'm a firm believer in ingesting a CBD product. So you can do that via like a tincture where you administer under your tongue in droplet form. I'm also very adamant about the science behind it. In order to have actual science, it needs to be measurable. And so we do a lot of capsules. We do a lot of CBD capsules because you know exactly how many milligrams you're getting.
It absorbs better.
Yep. And then you figure out what a patient's active dose is, and then you can change that dose based on where they are, with the desired effect they're trying to achieve. But the one thing that people get in trouble with is if people had a not so great experience with CBD, I always ask them, did you have a trained professional or an expert giving you recommendations on how much to take and then what product to take with it? So, and there's also, Mark, there's also salves, there's lotions and creams that go on the skin. And that's more of like an acute inflammation issue or something that's localized. But for the systemic value, CBD it binds to receptors in your body, and ingesting it is where you're going to get the most out of it.
So what I hear you saying, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a professional, not even close to this. I've used CBD cream, kind of like a cream,
Yep.
For some neck pain, and I put it on there and, went away. What's the difference between something like that? Is that is between that and something that you have? Would it last longer? What are normally the differences? Because we all know not all CBD oil is created equal.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's where I fall into this category. There's lots of good CBD companies. Obviously, I own a company, so I know what goes on. I know how it's processed. I know where it's grown, and so I can say with 100% allegiance that it's just a really good product. So the missing ingredient usually behind most consumers of CBD is they just don't have any direction on how to take it, right? So if you have a quality product in your hand, but you're not taking the right form of it, whether it be a lotion or a capsule or oil, you're going to have a limited benefit, or your experience will be diminished. So this is really where I encourage chiropractors to be that voice and to be that leader within their community, that, hey, if everybody's already going to be taking CBD, right, because it's had so many success stories, why not have you be the person that they're coming to get advice on what product would be best for them? And we have all the protocols to, I train each doctor individually on how to do this. It takes a lot of time, but it's worth it, because they're calling me back and saying, oh my gosh, patient X, who I just couldn't get to, is now off of a medication, or, whatever it was they couldn't help her with. Like, that's where I really kind of, focalize my energy.
I love it. That's what it's all about. And everyone, I just want to let you know, doctors and people, at the end of this video, we're going to have live testimonials of people that this is actually not just changing their lives, but other people's lives. One more quick question before we go out, get out of here. My question to you was, what makes CBD oil of yours better than your competition? There's a lot of competition, as you and I know. It's just like, if you want to get a Twinkie nowadays, you get 50 different types of Twinkies. But we all know there's only one that's the best. Hostess. I'm just playing. How would you talk on that?
Number one, I can't take any credit for this, but we have the secret ingredient, which is Mike Liago, who is my partner in this project. He's one of the most well-known experts when it comes to CBD. So the growing techniques that he uses, the seeds that we hybrid, the seeds that we use are the purest that can be. We're U.S. born, and we raise all of our product in the U.S., which a lot of product is being shipped over from Europe.
Come on, not China, no China, Hong Kong, or anything.
You know what? God forbid. I can't even.
Good joke, by the way. I just had to. Bad pun. I'm sorry, everyone.
Isn't it funny how that directly raised my blood pressure, though, Mark?
Look, you're like, hold on for a moment. You're all.
So yeah. So the thing too is like, obviously, coming from me, I always say, like, well, what does that mean? Like, I own the damn company. Like, I don't want people to take my word.
Exactly.
We're third party tested, so we have all of our labs to match our product. A lot of companies, you should be able to have access to, how are they processing it, how are they extracting it, where is it grown. So we provide all that to our patients. We provide that to all the doctors that use our products. And so trust and transparency is number one, because the biggest issue with CBD is mistrust and misuse.
I love it. I'm glad that you answered that question. I just like to always have fun with that. As you probably know, a bad pun because of what's going on today. But you know what? I think that life's too short. I'm a big video guy. I watch all the Archie Bunker, Stanford and Son. It is what it is. So I kind of bring that sometimes on here. And I just know that we live in a different world, which is
Mark, don't stop doing what you're doing, because if anything, we need more of what you've got going on right now. And to be able to have a little sense of humor is also a medicine that we're all missing, man. Like, people need to smile again and laugh and enjoy and laugh themselves.
You know what? It's funny you say that. I was cleaning my vehicle the other day. No joke. My 4Runner, I'm cleaning it outside. Beautiful day. There's a lady walking towards me with her poodle. And she's almost real close to me, and she looks up. I go, "Hey, how are you?" I can't make this up. She looked at me. She goes, "I'm so sorry. Social distancing. I got to go by," and turned around and literally ran. I was like, "Wow, okay." And I feel that the social distancing started a long time ago with these cell phones. I see young people, older people saying, "I love you" to their spouse, and they're right there.
Yeah.
This is an excuse. Yes. This is an excuse, man, just to even try to keep people away from each other and communicating, and I feel that we need more people like yourself. And it's funny because you draw who you are. It's just hilarious how God created that. But I'm not going to go off on a tangent, but I just wanted to share that. But doctors out there, I want to make sure that you guys call Dr. Gabe. We've got the phone number on the screen. And not only just doctors, but people out there that are in pain. You can still give Dr. Gabe a phone call. We're at, I believe, mahalowellness.com. We have the phone number on the screen. And please leave, if you have any questions, Dr. Gabe will answer it right on the Facebook thread. And again, I just want to say thank you so much, Doctor, for being here on the show. You will be on again because I love your jive. I love your vibe. And again, I just want to say thank you so much. Is there something that you would like to leave with the doctors before we leave?
Well, hey, if like Mark said, man, get a hold of me. I'm very available. I try to make myself available to chiropractors whenever I can. So I dedicate 2 days of the week just to talk to chiropractors. If you're a chiropractor that has wondered about CBD, give me a call. I'll walk you through the process of what Mahalo has to offer you in your clinic. And, you guys, there's no better time with the vulnerability that we're seeing right now. God, I'm getting phone calls all over here.
But
It's
a good thing. They're calling from Mahalo right now. So
is it already happening?
It's already happening. Look.
I'll take any chiropractor, wellness professional on a step-by-step procedure to get to CBD into their office, teach them how it works, and then most importantly, like how to sell it. Because when you're selling it, that means people are using it, and that means people are benefiting from it.
Love it. Again, love what you do. Love that you're an educator and that you're training and focused on helping chiropractors learn the science and take their practice to a whole nother level. Have a great day, everyone. And God bless you, Dr. Gabe. Peace out.
Mahalo.
Great job.